witnesses, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I, on behalf of NSA Scotland, welcome you all here to Scotsheep 2012. We were joined on the stage this morning by a group of people that if we were having a Baptist-style ceremony for the sheep industry, these are just the very people you'd expect to see coming up the red carpet, as long as it was a pure British wool carpet, of course. What might not be so obvious as you look at the group here is that we also have 2 budding chefs and at least 1 part-time wellerman. Before I introduce our guests to you in more detail, there are some people that I would like to pay tribute to that can't be fitted onto the stage here this morning. In fact, they're all far too busy to be here at the moment. They are the organising committee. Over the last 6 months, it has been a pleasure and an inspiration to work with them. The old adage that if you want something done, then ask a busy person was never truer than in this situation. The Ayrshire people are just very good at getting on with the job with very little fuss and no unnecessary talk. I would also like to make special mention of the farm staff here at the Priest's House. They pulled out all the stops over the last few weeks in order to get the place ready. The late cold spring meant that these sheds that you see here shining like new pins, until only very recently were full of cattle and other very unpleasant stuff. So they did an absolutely wonderful job in getting the place ready, and I think should show our special thanks to the farm staff and to Morrison's Farms for the job they've done here. I would also like to add to the list of contributors to the success of the event by mentioning Scotsheep's dynamic duo of Ewan Emsley and Julie Sedgwick. Once again, Ewan and Julie have brought everything together in the very professional manner that we've come to expect. Well done, Ewan and Julie. The last 6 years, I think, since the decoupling of farm support from production, have been definitely the best in my 36 years of sheep farming. And I think if we can see a way clear to make sure that CAP reform comes out in the proper form, and with the support of marketing initiatives like the ones that's being driven by Morrison's Farms, I'm quite sure that the next 36 years of my farming career will be even better still. So moving on, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce our guest on the stage to you this morning in more detail. They're all quite different, but they all have one thing in common. That is that they're all going to have to work for their lunch. Some of them will have to perform at the moment, and others will have to pay their way later on in the day. And move on to Adam Henson here. Adam will be well known to everybody. He's a tenant farmer who farms some 60 to 100 acres of grassland and arable land in the Cotswolds. He also owns the Cotswolds Farm Park visitor attraction with its rare breeds collection, which attracts 100,000 visitors per year. Adam is best known for his regular Adam's Farm feature on BBC TV Countryfile. He is currently Lloyds TSB's farming ambassador, working with them to promote a better understanding of sustainability and security in the food production and supply chain. Welcome to you, Adam. Gareth Oakley, sitting next to him, is from a farming family. He has made his career in banking by joining Lloyds TSB straight from school at the age of 16. When I was thinking about that, I was thinking, I've probably been working for the bank since I was 16 as well. He is the Agricultural Director of Lloyds Banking Group, which includes Lloyds TSB Agriculture and the Bank of Scotland, which has over 200 dedicated agricultural staff. Gareth is heavily involved in developing the bank's sustainability agenda and represents agriculture to the University of Cambridge Sustainability Leadership Programme. Next along the line, we're very grateful today for His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, Duke of Rothesay, for making a superb effort to get here to join us at Dumfries House today. He is, of course, well known for his keen interest in all things farming. I have some competition, obviously. Care of the environment, sustainability and utilising our native breeds have always featured strongly in his ethos. And as a sheep producer, I have to admire the way that he has never been one to choose the easy path. And to take up the cudgel on our behalf to champion the cause of mutton and wool proves he's not one to shy away from what looked like a lost cause. Anyone who has taken an old ewe to the market lately, or has looked at the price of wool this spring, will have noticed a change in fortunes for both of those products over the last few years. This turnaround can be attributed in no short measure to the Duke of Rothesay's Mutton Renaissance campaign and to his very successful campaign for wool. On behalf of everyone in the UK sheep industry, I would offer you our congratulations and our thanks for both of those very successful ventures. Thank you. It will not have escaped your notice, Your Royal Highness, that farmers, and possibly even more so Ayrshire sheep farmers, have an inordinate fascination for finding out how everything and everybody is bred. In almost every conversation between farmers, when they meet someone for the first time, the expression, "and where is your mither?" will always come up. Rest assured, sir, that we all know your mother very well. And please, would you carry our best wishes and congratulations from everybody here at Scotsheep back to Her Majesty the Queen on this, her Diamond Jubilee. It would be very remiss of me, of course, to forget your father, and please do wish the Duke of Edinburgh a very speedy recovery. Last but by no means least here, we have Martin Jones. Martin is the Group Corporate Services Director at Morrison's Supermarkets plc. Martin joined Morrison's in 1990 and has had over 20 years' experience in trading. In 2010, Martin assumed responsibility for the broad corporate services remit, which includes policy on food safety, animal welfare, ethical sourcing, development and delivery of the agriculture and food supply programme, including live research at the Morrison's farm at Dumfries House. So I think, Martin, nobody is better qualified than you to maybe perhaps come forward and please say a few words of welcome from Morrison's Supermarkets.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Neil, for that splendid introduction, and my thanks to Your Royal Highness for supporting this exciting event in what must be one of the busiest weeks of the Royal calendar, I would think, this week. I'm delighted on behalf of Morrison's to add my welcome to you all. It's a privilege for us to host Scotsheep at the Morrison's farm here at Dumfries House. We were both honoured and excited when approached by the National Sheep Association to open the doors of our farm for what's arguably the most important event in the sheep industry year. And we said yes almost immediately. But then reality set in, and the measure of the challenge became clear, and the farm clean-up began. I hope you and our fellow farmers agree that Dumfries House Estate is a magnificent setting for an event like this. The recent spell of hot weather, on top of our generous, some say incessant rainfall, has seen grass really spring to life here on the farm. Farmers are known for being straight talkers, and I'm sure you will have your thoughts on the work that we're doing here, and please share your ideas with us today. We're interested in what you have to say. When we took over the reins, in inverted commas, here at Dumfries House, some 3 years ago now, I don't think even we realised the scale of the work required to restore the buildings and the land, but at least I think you can see testament to the hard work that's gone in today. And much has been achieved, but a familiar story to every farmer is there's still a lot more to do. Morrison's has always had strong farming credentials, but having our own farm means we understand even better the challenges facing the farmer today. Like you, we face the sizable test of building a sustainable farm business, one that is efficient and profitable, yet has minimal impact on the environment. A sustainable British farming industry is vital for Morrison's and the 11.5 million customers who shop in our stores every week. They tell us they keep returning to Morrison's because they can buy quality British food at an affordable price. They like our commitment to British farming, that we are the only major retailer to sell 100% fresh British beef, lamb, pork and poultry, and our philosophy of selling British produce whenever we can. We're a major customer of British farming, and we buy over £1 billion worth of food from the farmers every year. In Scotland alone, we buy and process 500,000 lambs annually at our Turriff plant. Our commitment to buy British requires us to know that you, the farmer, is going to be there to supply our meat not just next week, but next year and the year after that. So sustainability is going to be key. And we want to play our role in building industry confidence by continuing to pay our farmers a fair price, by building long-term relationships which inspire confidence, through investment in applied research, through the Morrison's Farming Programme, and of course through our work here at Dumfries House. You may know that the Morrison's Farm is a Scottish sheep strategy focus farm, and high-index lambs raised here have outperformed the Farmer's Choice selection. As a retailer, we have to be innovative in a highly competitive market, and to that end, we are today announcing the launch of a new traditional lamb range, which will be on sale in our stores for this autumn. Once again, we have used the farm as a basis for developing a new meat range. We've been working with Suffolk sires for the past 3 years, and we will partner with the Suffolk Sheep Society to encourage the use of the breed. It's important to stress that this new range will be in addition to our core Scotch and British lamb offer, the mainstay of what we sell in store, and is aimed at encouraging even more customers to choose lamb when they shop with us. And finally, a thank you to Neil and his team of organisers who have worked to ensure, we hope, that Scotsheep 2012 is one of the best ever. So thank you to Neil and the team. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that, Martin.